is profitability. Is it in the room with us right now? Nintendo, I will literally give you $70 cash money right now for red, blue, yellow, gold, silver. Cash money. No. No.
My emotions. My emotions. 愚蠢的美国人和约
John Cena.
没错，先生，因为这个视频是给美国人看的，我们想说什么就说什么，字幕会换的。
This one doesn't work. And this one doesn't work. But no one is seeing your film on the big screen. But people are seeing movie theaters. They're driving past them every day to go to McDonald's. The Shamrock Shake is back. Yes! Yes! Pre-order now! This is how it feels to watch Disney Plus. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Life Fake Wizard channel. Wizard Crash Out. It is Sunday, and we are live with you here, coming to you live from New York City. I am the Real Life Fake Wizard. This is the Real Life Fake Wizard channel. We're a few minutes behind today, but I want to thank you all for joining us here. We've already got some pretty good numbers coming in, and we got some interesting topics today. Today, I think is going to be a pretty quick, concise one. I'd like to keep it pretty short and sweet and to the point. We got some stuff to talk about. Well, what are we going to be talking about? And then I'm going to address the chat here. We're going to talk about the Steam sales that are happening right now. I have some insight that I would like to provide, or really some speculation that I think is worth discussing when it comes to the Steam sale. That's number one. Then we see in the title here, it says Steam sales and hate mails. Now, that is clearly that's not a complete grammatically written sentence, but I do have to talk about some hate mail. We've gotten some hate mail, and it's definitely worth discussing and showing off. And I think that's going to be fun. I've got a lot of talking points with that. That's going to be pretty cool. And so we're going to talk that. We're going to talk some hate mail, and then we're also going to talk two other issues, or really one other issue, one other one that I really want to get into. Square Enix. There has been the recent Square Enix earnings call last week, and there's been a little bit of news about that, of them addressing the success of Expedition 33. Now, Expedition 33 was inspired by Final Fantasies, the Final Fantasy Square Enix games. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to see, I got some of these comments in here from you good people. Like Really Big says, my body is ready. And I would say you and Reggie both, your bodies are ready. That's good. Very, very good. Griffin Helix says, would it not be real world, real wizard? Yeah, but I'm not a real wizard. That's like, this is fake. See? It's fake. Very, very fake. It's a very fake beard. What games should I get on the Steam sale? Well, what you're going to want to look at. Well, we'll talk about that. That's a good one. Keith, Wizard Crew, looking at you. Oh, I like that. I like that kind of turn of phrase there. That's very cool. Is YouTube incentivizing spamming? God, I hope not. I hope not. No, well, we would have to define what spamming means by your comment there. But no, it's very much, they want you to post something really good that gets a lot of attention. Yes. Robert Fairbanks says, you're a real wizard in our hearts. And Robert, that is very, very kind of you. Yeah, I am definitely a fake wizard. I cannot do magic. I may talk about magic, but I definitely can't do magic. But thank you for that. And Nexus Nocturne becomes a YouTube member. Nexus, shout out to you. Welcome aboard to the Wizard membership. That's awesome. Kata coming in after roasting me from the comments on Saturday Night Hypnosis last night. That was pretty good. Good to see you, buddy. I hope all your travels are going well. Real life fake gamer. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Which is funny because I sink a ridiculous amount of hours into gaming. And yet either I'm not good at games or games are not good at me. and then we find out which is which. That's what happens. Chrysanth is here. Good afternoon, Chrysanth. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Kelly says the chat ranking is definitely incentivizing spamming chats. Okay, so it's the chat spamming thing. So I'm using the StreamYard, so I'm seeing it as it normally was. I don't know how it is on the YouTube. Let's take a look at what it is on the YouTube side here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Let's see how are we doing on the actual YouTube side, because it's I know the chat change is a little ridiculous. All right, so even on my YouTube end, it looks like it's okay. It looks like it's okay. It does not look like it's that bad. I know the whole like @ username thing was ridiculous the last few days. So we just skipped that. We just skipped that when they try to dox their own users. It's ridiculous. All right. So we're about to get into the show. Big announcement. Actually, I got to pull this up because I want to show it off because I was so excited when I saw this announcement yesterday. I'm going to share my screen. We should be on the wait. Are we not on the website? Are we not on the website? You guys put me on the website. Fine, I'm just going to have to pull up the Twitter link because they didn't post my graphic on the website. Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous. For those of you who do not know, now you're about to find out right now. I am going to be attending the Southeast Game Exchange. I am going to be a featured guest. I will be there. I will have a table there. We will be shooting videos and making content there. We will be meeting you guys, and we will have matcha available. The Wizards Brew matcha. We will have matcha there, and that's really it. And if you want to check out the matcha, that'll be a lot of fun. But we're not selling autographs or anything like that. It's really, I want it to be a hangout where we're going to hang out with you guys. I want to get the chance to meet all of you. You know, this channel has been blowing up over the last year, and the Sieg people over here have been really nice to us. But yeah, they didn't put my picture on the website yet. But anyway, special guest, the Real Life Fake Wizard YouTube channel covers the latest gaming and entertainment news. Join the Fake Wizard for weekly crash outs and seldom controversial gaming discussions. Now, obviously, that's a joke because most of my discussions are controversial and ridiculous. And I get a lot of hate mail because of it now. I get a lot of really vile and nasty comments. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that. That's kind of leading into the big topic today. But to tie this piece up here, July 18, 19, 20, we will be on location at the Southeast Game Exchange. If you could come, please come out to it. It's not going to be the only thing I attend. So if you can't make it out to this, it's totally okay. But if I'm going to go to a show, if I'm going to be a part of the show, and if the show is going to put me up and like give me a space to do my thing, well, I want that show to win. I want that show to be a great success. I want them to have a great time and as well. And so I really respect that. And I respect them for inviting me out. I know how difficult it is to run comic conventions. I worked marketing for conventions for a lot, and it's a lot there. It's not the easiest business to be in. There's a lot of money at risk to put on these expo shows, right? So huge shout out to them. If you could come out and check it out, come and join us for the weekend, I would love that so much. Would love to meet you. And my team and I are working on doing something special. More news on that in the future. I'm thinking, I guess I can talk about it here. We're working to try and get a bunch of fake beards that we're going to give out to like you guys. So any of you guys that come to like hang out with us for a bit, we might stage like a fake wizard meetup at this show. I don't know how many people are going to be able to go, and I haven't put any pressure on that yet because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all the beards in time. But I mean, like the same ones that I wear, or really the same one. This is the same one from a year ago when I started this channel. So we're trying to put that together. Would love to do that, but I don't know how many people we're going to be able to get on location to do it. That could be a lot of fun. So Sieg, July 18, 19, 20, South Carolina, Greenville. I will see you there. Super excited. And now let's get into some of the fun news. But before that, I did see a few comments here that I want to respond to, starting with L Monster here, member for 1 month. Happy Wizard Mental Health Month. Oh, that's right. It's still June. It is still Mental Health Month. Also, how many beards do you have? Do you have a seasonal beard each year? Are they recyclable? Do you grow them? I don't grow them. I should. And if there was a way to grow them, I should definitely invest into doing that because clearly there's money to be made in there. No, I only have one. It is the one that I'm wearing now. I've had the same one since I started this channel. Do you have seasonal beards? I have other ones, but like this kind, I kind of just like using this one and bringing. I'll take this one with me when I travel, and it's become part of like my packing routine for when I have to travel. I have to travel a lot lately. I'll just take this with me. And but I'm working now on building like a streaming setup. So like even the mic that I have now, I just got one of these Shure microphones here. It's one of the USB Shure microphones or Shure microphones. I have a whole like traveling thing for like the wizard get up and aesthetic. So that's really it's become a lot of fun. There was a few other comments here that I want to pull up. Louise, wizard, watching you on my bus back to Madrid. Well, Louise, it's good to see you here. I know you join us all on just about all the live streams, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of you that hang out with me on every live stream I'm on, and I love that so much, and I appreciate you guys for always being here, man. I always watch the YouTube videos. True Taylor, yeah, I have a few more in the works. I got at least two for this week, at least two good ones for this week. Hey, have you considered doing a video on the Stop Killing Games petition? Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that here. And I'm going to give you my explanation as to why I haven't said anything. Firstly, I don't know enough. I actually don't know enough about it to talk about the Stop Killing Games petition. I haven't read into it. I'm not a lawyer. And I also don't believe in petitions. As an American, petitions don't mean anything in the States. They really don't. Here in America, petitions don't do that much. You have to like petitions is usually just kind of like tossed. They really, unless you have millions of dollars to back up a petition, usually they are skipped over. Now, with me saying that, to preface, that does not mean I think less of the movement, the Stop Killing Games movement. I love what they're doing. They have my full support. They have my thoughts and prayers. It's in the EU. There is nothing I can do about it. Okay. There is nothing I could do than do what everybody else is doing, which is saying, hey, this is really good. We need this. However, I don't know everything about it. I do not know. All I know is the spark notes of this initiative. And by spark notes, I agree with the spark notes. I want this to be taken seriously. A petition is not usually the easiest way to take things seriously. In my world, coming from the corporate world, coming from understanding a small amount of legalities without being a lawyer, petitions are usually never taken seriously. And something like this is, I want them to win. I want them to succeed. And if there was a way for it to, if there was a way for this to enter into the United States and for the United States and Americans to be involved with this better, I would be way more involved than I am. But I can't vote. I can't sign the petition. I'm an American citizen. I don't think I've even ever been to Europe. No, I haven't been to Europe. So unfortunately, this is not my fight. But as soon as it reaches my doorstep, I'm in. Okay, if that makes sense. Everything that they're saying, everything about their movement, I fundamentally agree with. But I think it's very complicated. That's all. That's all. And some people will jump down my throat for that. There's also been a lot of controversy around this Stop Killing Games movement. What with Pirate Software, who the more he's involved in, the less respect I have for him. And that disappoints me because I really liked Thor when I first came across his shorts. I actually really liked him. And I had Thor, and watching Pirate Software used to give me imposter syndrome before I started this channel. Like, I used to watch Thor's content just through seeing his shorts, and I used to have that feeling of imposter syndrome because I thought he was really good, and I thought he was a really good guy. But I'm gonna put it this way, and for those of you who don't know, Pirate Software is a very famous YouTuber. He's a very famous Twitch streamer, and he poo-pooed the Stop Killing Games initiative, which caused the Streisand effect. And there's a good chance that the Stop Killing Games movement does get all the signatures that they need, thanks to Thor's ridicule of this movement. I'd like to put it this way. Here, there's an analogy that I thought of, and I'm going to give it to you guys, and let me know what you guys let me know your answer to this analogy in the comments. I want you to imagine for a moment. Imagine that you are sitting in a classroom and you are in the 8th grade. You're back in school. You're back in intermediate school. Imagine this for real, seriously. And you are taking a math test. You're taking a math test. Okay. And you look to your right, and a kid sitting at another desk is taking the same test, but you notice that the kid is cheating. And you know it. You know it immediately. Doesn't matter how. But you yourself you're taking this math test, and as you look over, you could see that another kid is cheating. The question I pose to you in this role play is, what do you do? Here are your two options. Option 1, you do nothing. You just take your test and you go about your life. Option 2, you turn that kid into the teacher. What do you do? And the reason I bring up this role-playing analogy is there's a lot of reasons why you would choose both, but it's a moral question of, are you part of the system or are you part of not the system? Because to turn in another student would mean you were part of the system. You complied with the rules that are set before you. And to not turn in the student, whether for moral reasons or not, and we could debate all the possible reasons, it implies that you are not part of the rule system. Not fully, anyway. Not completely compliant. Okay? I say all of this, and this might sound like a weird tangent, but I describe all of this to describe Pirate Software. Pirate Software, while he wants you to think he's an indie gamer, while he wants you to think that, he's just like one of you, but he's like, he's the guy to look up to. He's a guy to cause fake wizards to have imposter syndrome. He would turn that kid in. He would turn in that other student that was cheating. We don't know. I didn't give you any details about the student, why they're cheating. Perhaps they're desperate and they need to pass. Perhaps they feel like they have no way out. Perhaps, maybe they are a kind of a jerk and they just, they're just cheating, or maybe, right? There's 100 different variations to this role play scenario on why that kid might be cheating. But you chose, and in this situation, I believe Pirate Software would choose to be part of the corporate system, to be part of the rules system. And that's why I don't take him seriously anymore. That's why I don't fully respect him as well. I have no love for that mindset. I have no love for that. I reject the rule systems. If you don't know that already, perhaps this is your first time seeing me. My entire fight, my entire claim to having this channel is to call out corporations that are doing bad things. Corporations are the ones that establish the rule systems. And when we're talking about video games here, for anybody to say that they don't support, they don't endorse, they don't believe in what Stop Killing Games is trying to do, right? What their actual initiative is, it means you're part of the system. So for me, I love what they're trying to do. I just don't think their methodology is going to get there. And if it does, I would be thrilled to say I'm wrong. It would make me happy to say that I was wrong. And this petition, you see, that's the thing. If we look at petitions here in the United States, petitions mean nothing. Petitions mean nothing here. You could have 1 million signatures. It doesn't mean anybody's going to do anything because money is much easier to move things in the United States. Perhaps in Europe, a petition means more. Perhaps it gets on to Parliament floor. Perhaps it's a bigger deal. And if it is, absolutely, God bless, carry it into the stratosphere. Okay. Have you considered doing a video on the Stop Killing Games petition? No, because here are all of my thoughts that I saved to give you right now, right here. And I think that's pretty polarizing, but I haven't read all of your comments yet. I need to scroll through your comments. Lemon D 2007 says, like the Soviet Union, snitch on your neighbors. That's the thing, man. You know, you don't. I'm from New York City. The word rat or being a snitch is like a big part of the culture here. Like, you don't rat on people, you don't snitch on people. Like, it's part of like the culture of where I'm from. So I take that analogy pretty seriously. And I look at Pirate Software, and every time he opens his mouth in defense of corporations, I realize he's the snitch. Like, he would be the rat. And that is a projection that I will put onto him. I have no proof other than a vibe check, but I'll own that. I will totally own that. Absolutely. So I'm just scrolling through here. I wanted to see what you guys would have said. Did you guys answer that question? What would you do? Would you turn the See, there you go. Yeah, here, do nothing. Do nothing. Oh man. Here, Blazing says, anyone remember when Sungran crashed out in a similar way, shilling for Nintendo? Yeah, man. I just I've said this on previous streams. I hope Sungrand gets to come back and gets a redemption story in some way. I hope he gets a redemption story. I hope Pirate Software gets a redemption story. It's like I don't lose it burns me from time to time. I still have hope that these people can come back. I like a good underdog story, and I do hope that Sungrand, if you're listening out there, take some time. Do whatever, you got to do. Keep doing whatever content you're doing, man. But then when there's a topic for you to come back strong on, you come back hard, you come back strong. You got to earn everybody's respect again. You got to earn your integrity back. And I don't say that to be mean, like condescending. I don't want anybody to get canceled. I don't believe in cancel culture like that. I really liked Sungrand, and I really liked the stoicness of his content of when he would put the suits on and he would give these speeches which were funny. He has a great sense of humor, and I really want him to come back because he was a voice of reason that we needed. And we need his voice to come back and fight the fight. So I want him to earn his reputation and earn the respect of his audience again, and then come back hard and swinging. That's what I want. I believe in redemption. Absolutely. Okay. All right, let's talk about the hate mail. Okay, so here's the deal. We got a good story today, even though I just spent a lot of time talking about the Stop Killing Games initiative. I hope I've made myself clear. I want them to win, but I don't believe they're going to because petitions don't work. That's where I stand on that. I agree with what you're doing. Petitions kind of suck. Now, next thing. Over the last couple of weeks, ever since I've started my Nintendo videos, I've gotten a handful of emails. So for those of you who don't know, I have a website, fakewizard.com. I also have a Discord channel right? You can get there by coming from fakewizard.com. You can get to my Discord channel, and I invite you to join my Discord server. Absolutely. Got a lot of work happening in there. We're got a lot of things that need to happen on the Discord. Got a lot of things that need to happen everywhere, man. Not enough time in a day. But I started covering Nintendo. And I'm assuming many of you saw those videos. They did pretty great numbers. And I'm very happy that people watched them. And I presented the information as best as I could. I did a lot of research to present my facts that I came across and everything I researched, right? And I also, those of you who know me by now, who've seen my videos, you should know that I present everything as if it's a business presentation done by a comedian. Like, that's kind of the mindset that I go into when I talk about really any of this stuff. I come into it. I begin all of my videos writing from the mindset of this is a business presentation, and then throughout that, I use a kind of a mixture of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Lewis Black comedy, which is where I learned public speaking from watching comedians when I was a kid, and that's what I do. That's what my videos are. All with the main goal of explaining to you that corporations are not your friend. And what Nintendo is doing is bad, and it will have very negative connotations for the overall video game marketplace. We will talk more about that on the next topic when we get to Steam, because, oh my God, those Steam sales are not that great. So we'll get into that. Like, it's getting worse, my friends. The things that I am predicting, I want to be wrong about, and I am not wrong. Okay? Then I started getting these emails. Now, I can't read the emails. I will put them up on screen, but you should be warned that many of them have pretty nasty vulgarity to these emails. They're not very long. They're not very long emails. I've posted them on Twitter before, so you could actually see the graphics on Twitter. But now this has happened twice. And I can't read them because there's racial slurs in at least one of them. And there's the two that I have here. I want you to see them because I want to address them. I want to talk about this. So let me go ahead and pull the first one up here. I'm going to share my screen. Where is it? Let's see. Amateur hour here, pulling up the screenshots. Okay, we got that. Try it one more time. Present, share screen, window. Here it is. Okay, so let me preface this before I pull it up and zoom it in. This is an email that I got from my website, which has a form fill on it, like a contact us. And this is an individual whose name is Janus. So clearly that's a fake name. Janus. Okay, well, let's see what you has to say here. Oh my gosh, I did it wrong. Let me fix that. I'm going to zoom it in properly here. If we could see right here, this is the comment that I got from Janus. Okay. Watch your back, and then clearly a racial slur. Okay. Now, why am I talking about this? Why would I bring this up? Why would I showcase this? Why would I put it on stream? Why would I share this information? Humongous? Humongous what? Humongous what? Oh, let's just read this again. Here, this says, watch your back, and then a racial slur. Firstly, that's a threat. Secondly, if you were to engage in like responding to that threat, depending on what state you're in here in the United States, that is considered a hate crime, depending on the email. The reason I wanted to talk about this is not that my feelings are hurt. I don't care. You don't hurt my feelings here. Words mean nothing. I'm not afraid of any of you. My goal has been to wake people up about how evil the corporations are about our entertainment. I don't make money here. Even if we got 1,000 super chats right now, well, okay, that's not true. If we did get 1,000 super chats, like, yes, we would break even for the first time ever, but that's not what I'm here for. So please don't do that. And I know there are memberships that have come in. I promise I will get to you guys, right? I love you guys. That's very kind. I'm not here for the money. I'm not here for the money. I don't want to be famous. I'm not even using my real name. I'm a fake freaking wizard. Like we laughed about this a couple of weeks ago. You know, I'm out talking with this girl, basically talking about dating with some girl, and we were laughing about it as a chat and together on Twitter. Like, should I tell her that I dress up like a wizard and make YouTube videos? Like, because that's silly, because that's ridiculous. You see what I mean? Like, that's a crazy thing to say. It's a crazy thing to do. I'm going to an event dressed like, I got to share this again. I am going to a convention, not as me, as a fake wizard. You know what I mean? This is insane. This is crazy. So if you can't understand that the whole point here is a mission over, like, there is a goal here. Like, I'm not doing this for fun. I look at doing videos, and people get mad at me when I say this, but like, doing videos for me is not the most fun thing in the world. It is a challenge for me. I don't love it, but I do it because it's important. And that makes people furious, I think. I don't understand how or why, but by addressing the evil shit that Nintendo is doing, and by addressing the evil shit that Xbox is doing, which what they're doing is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I get threats. I'm wearing a Galaxy hat and a fake wizard beard on a Sunday afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, the optics here are wild. It's wild to me. So, like, you think about it, some people come on and they it's just they talk the talk fine. Some people do YouTube or content creation. They want to be famous. It's like, yeah, I don't really care about that. I care about mobilizing as many people as we can to saying, no, no more, no more, no more, no more. Where is the line? Where is the line that you will individually have where you say on your own, that's enough? That's enough. Here. Oh, very good. Thank you. Don't forget Sony. I wouldn't forget Sony. Sony's doing evil shit too. So they're all doing bad stuff. And you know what? It's not just gaming companies either. It's not just Disney. It's not just Warner Brothers. It's not just the entertainment companies. It's all of them. It's all of them. So if I can explain to you how the game companies are doing it, because I happen to be really versed in video games to understand how to talk about the business of video games, you might in your own life start to look at some of the other things going on. You might start to look at the agriculture companies, okay? You might start to look at Nestle and all the terrible things that they do. That's a little outside of my uh, uh, out of my like, I don't know everything about it. I don't know everything. But yes, 30 NSG is absolutely right, which shout out to 30 here. We had a really great stream last week, and I invite you guys to go check that out. We had a lovely stream. Massive shout out to my buddy 30 here. I think we're going to be doing some more stuff in the future together. And it is all of them. So if we can start these conversations talking about gaming, because all of us here kind of love gaming to some extent, then maybe you start to ask questions about all the other companies too. And that's important. So yeah, we got some hate emails. That's the first one. And I actually just realized I can't pull up. Well, you know what? Let me see if I can do it. Because the second one actually has this idiot's actual contact information in it. This dumbass, this second one, who's a fucking dumbass, you moron. You're a fucking idiot. You sent me your actual information. You dumb fuck. I looked you up. I live in the marketing world. I could find people's information. I've got your address. And I took it to my local precinct. You fucking moron. Here. Now I'm going to pull it up, but I got to cross this out because he put his actual fucking contact information on here. Dumbass. Oh, and there's a little bit of racism on this one too. So let's go ahead and pull this one up. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Stupid dumbass. You know, it's funny. It's firstly because I'm not fucking afraid of any of it. I'm not afraid of any of you. Many people are keyboard warriors, okay? Like, that's the thing. You hate that I'm calling out corporations for doing evil shit. You're white knighting for corporations. You're white knighting for billionaires. Dumbasses. You fucking dumbasses. And I'm sorry to everybody that's upset with my language. This one was connected to a little bit of what would have been blackmail. Like he wanted to blackmail me here. But let's go ahead, pull this up. So again, sorry for my not church Sunday language, but also go fuck yourself. Let's pull this up. Let's see here. Come on. Okay, here we go. This one's another classy one here. I've hidden this dipshit's name and phone number. You fucking moron. Clearly, this is a fake name, which I can't say because it's a racial slur, right? Right? Racism. So you're starting off with a racism. Wow. The integrity there is great. You are starting off with a racism. So you're white knighting for billionaires and then hitting me with a racism. Good job. And then under here, hit me up. So that's HMU, hit me up. You switch to buyer before we have to dredge up your lottos. This don't make any damn sense. This don't make any sense. So here's what's fun here. I actually had to send it. So firstly, we posted this one on Twitter and I asked a question. I'm like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Now, this actually connects to a series of comments that I got. Because we tracked this down and we found that there was a series of comments from this person through my videos. Okay. And the best explanation that we could find, just comparing this message to the comments from the same person, figured that out. Also, the police helped me with this because we were concerned for a little bit when I found these comments and the fact that I'm going to events, right? And I've said this on stream, right? Like, we're going to be at the Southeast Game Exchange. So that's something I'm concerned about is like, hey, look, I'm not afraid of anybody. But I'm going to have family there. I'm going to have my business partners there. Like, I'm going to have you guys there. Like, if you guys come to these events, this isn't the only one we're going to. We're not. There's more than Sieg. If anybody tries to pull some shit, that's going to be on my conscience. So I'm taking this a little seriously because you come after me, you'll actually make me stronger, right? As long as I'm still alive, you'll have turned me into a martyr, you fucking idiot. But if anybody else gets hurt, I'm never going to live that down. So I take this extraordinarily seriously. Extraordinarily seriously. So yeah, I did. I filed it with my local police precinct. Absolutely. I'm not fucking around. I dress up like a wizard and shit on corporations. At least, look, if the corporations took me out, at least that would be cool. But if I get attacked because of some idiot with a keyboard who got triggered that I said the Switch 2, you shouldn't buy the Switch 2, you should have a little more integrity. That sucks. There's no that's not fun. That's not a fun ending to a story. You know, I'm all about the story. I want it to be fun. And, you know, if an assassin takes me out, like a corporate assassin takes me out, like that's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. You know, there'll be conspiracies on that. But if it's just some idiot from YouTube that got triggered, I feel like that's not fun. That's not a fun way to go out. Dressed up like a wizard. So this one here. Yeah, so hit me up, you Switch 2 buyer, before we have to dredge up your lottos. What does this mean? This was what we believed was the individual was posting snippets of my videos and making it sound like I was saying things that I wasn't. Okay. So they were making false accusations about what I was making claims about in my videos, right? Lottos doesn't make any sense. I've shown this to lots of people. We've sent this to I've gone to many content creators about this, like, hey, what does lottos mean? Not that I take it seriously, but because I'm damn curious. The best that we've got is that it was like you're taking a chance on like you're taking a chance by not getting in touch with him. So it's kind of a form of blackmail. I'm actually done with this topic. The point I'm trying to get here to is, and the reason I wanted to bring this up is not to rant about these idiots, which they are. You're fucking stupid. Anybody who's sending hate mail like this, you are fucking stupid. My goal here, and I'm probably going to do a video about this. My entire goal here is to fight the corporations, one person at a time. I don't believe in movements. I don't believe in big hashtags. I don't believe in protests. I don't really believe in petitions, as I said in the opening of the show. Like, I don't believe in any of this stuff. I believe in you. I believe in you at home, you watching this right now. There's over 300 of you watching this right now in real time around the world. We are together right now in this space. I believe in you taking accountability, taking responsibility, taking self-awareness of your life. And if you believe, as I believe, that these companies are destroying storytelling, they're destroying entertainment, they're actively destroying the things that made us who we are, the things that inspired us to be who we are, then it's up to you to do something about it. It's up to me to talk about it, because I've been blessed with the craziness to put on an idiot, stupid outfit to talk about it. That was, I feel a calling to do so, but it's up to all of us to not buy it, to stop buying, to fight back, because that's how you fight back. You stop buying. That's it. That's the solution. Not protesting in the street, not getting the picket fences out, not getting a hashtag movement, not having leaders get involved with those movements. That's why I'll never be a part of one. You'll never see me a part of some big movement hashtag bullshit. I'm never going to do it. You know why? Because every time there's a movement like that, every time there's some kind of a protest movement like that, two things can happen. One, bad faith actors eat up all the power. They get involved. They suck up all the air in the room and they try to cash in. They grift. They literally grift. Okay? I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in being part of any kind of movement, because there are usually bad faith actors who get involved there to suck up power that is available, which there is. Let's be clear here. There is power available in those movements. The second thing is the corporations tend to love that shit. Your enemies tend to love movements because they will hijack them and use them to their own advantages. We see this all the damn time. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you start protesting, you start a big hashtag movement. Let's say that there are 3 things that corporation ABC is doing. 3 things. Three big things that corporation ABC is doing that you don't like and you want them to change. Okay. Well, let's say we get this movement going, we get it off the ground. You get some people that are like headlining the whole thing. Well, the corporations are going to be paying attention to that. And their job is to cut this thing off at the knees and get sales out of it at the end. So, what they're going to do, and what we've seen them do throughout all of history here, especially through modern history, is of those 3 things, they're going to put out a statement saying that they're going to resolve one of those things by about 25%. That's what they're going to do. 3 things that you want done, and they're going to resolve one of them by about 25%. So they're going to give you a tiny little percentage of what you're asking about. And then they're going to stage having people celebrate that we won. We won. Guys, we won. They're giving us what we want. You're getting 25% of one thing. There was 3 things there. They didn't even address the other 2. And the first one, they're not even addressing fully. But the corporations are going to play it off, and they're going to pay people off. I know because I've seen it. I've been in the boardrooms. They love this. And there's content creators who will sell themselves out to be the people that cheer when the corporations are lying to you. Yeah, no, Retro Meister here. It's a fake victory. It's a fake victory. So I don't believe in any of that. I don't believe in protest movements. I don't believe in petition movements. I believe in you. I believe in you on your own, choosing to define where is the line. Okay? This came up a few times. I'm going to be talking about this a lot now. Where is the line that when they cross it, you stop buying altogether? When do they lose you? And that's what we need to address. When are you done? When are you activated? When do you care? You personally. Because I look around right now, the world keeps going to shit. The world, doesn't matter who's in the White House. Doesn't matter if it's Republican. Doesn't matter if it's Democrat. Corporations gain more and more ground every single day. That's it. That's the real end game. That's the real fight. And now you've got some people who say, well, we need to scrap the entire thing. We got to change the whole system. But the system is rigged. Bullshit. 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 The system is your system. There's more of you than there are of them. If you stop buying, they lose all their power. People think you can't fight these mega corporations. That's wrong. That is totally not true. If you stop giving them your money, they collapse. They're playing a game with a house of cards. That's all it is. And you are the breeze that can knock that house of cards over. If you stop buying, if you stop subscribing, if you stop consuming their bullshit, they lose easily. And that's what we have to do. We have to wake people up to that. And so if that means that I'm going to get moronic threats like this one here, let me pull this up again. If that means I'm going to get threats like this with racisms in them, they pulled a racism here. I'm not even Asian. I'm not Asian, dude. Dude, I'm not even Asian. This is terrible. This is terrible, man. That's funny. But it would be, I looked it up. So it's like, depending on the state, if somebody was to, like, let's say, attack me in, if we're at like an event, right? And they attacked me believing, like, and it traced back to this idiot. Like, it would be considered a hate crime because they were attacking me under the intent that I was a different race. And they've said this, which is really funny. That is so funny. Just imagine the idiot going to prison. Like, yeah, like he attacks me or some shit, and he goes to prison, and it's like, hey, what are you in for? I attacked this YouTuber that dresses up like a wizard. Oh yeah, well, it says on your rap sheet that you committed a hate crime. It's like, yeah, well, I said some hate speech because I thought he was Asian and he wasn't. Just think of the optics of that, man. That is amazing. That is amazing, dude. Oh, here we go. Here. Okay, so this is interesting here. Fake whiz, if I can remember correctly, lotto in this context means your number's up. It's an old gang death threat. Again, it's old school, so I could be wrong. Well, the dude is in his, I think, late 30s, last I remember. So maybe. I don't care. You're gonna make me sound like Harrison Ford. I don't care what it means. I don't care what he's implying. That's fine. I'm if I'm willing to put on a stupid outfit to fight the mega corporations, you think I'm going to be afraid of some keyboard warriors? Like, I'm not afraid. I'm just not. And I know to some people would say, "Don't say that. That's a challenge." But I care more about telling you that than I care about responding to them, because I feel like it's an integrity thing. And for you guys watching that this matters, that what we do here matters, that talking about this shit matters, then I feel compelled to say to you that it matters that I don't give a shit. I don't care. Because it matters more that we fight back. That's all that matters. Fuck them. Fuck them. All right. Enough of that. Enough of that bullshit. Let's look at the Steam sale. We got in the next topic here. But before we do that, oh my gosh, we've got to talk about this stuff here. Once Upon a Blue Moon becomes a YouTube member. Welcome to the membership. Shout out to you. Welcome aboard. And I did see we had some Rumble memberships come in. I got to pull this up. I got to pull it up. I got to pull it up on Rumble. And then I know there's some more here. I'm just trying to get them in order. Otaku for Life gifted 5 subscriptions to the Real Life Fake Wizard here on Rumble. Well, shout out to you. Thank you for that. That is very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And then we got Nexus Nocturne for a 10. My line was as soon as games hit $70 for games. And when woke slop gathered into movies and shows to preach a message over entertaining people. Yeah, dude. In 2015, I gave up comic books for good. I know that there are some comics that are happening right now that are worth coming back for, like Transformers. I may pick up the omnibus of those. But as far as buying comics and going to comic shops, I will not be part of that system. 2015, they turned Captain America into a Nazi. It was the Hydra Cap storyline. And at that moment, I was done. I was out. Goodbye forever. Sayonara. I don't care that it was a temporary story and they were going to fix it later. I don't care. I don't care anymore. You've insulted me. You've insulted the story. You've insulted the hero that I love here. You've insulted the character that I love here for a bullshit cash grab storyline that wasn't even good. So I'm done. Nintendo. I would love to see Nintendo earn my business back, but as of right now, I am done buying Nintendo shit. I will not buy any Nintendo shit. I will be going with my family to Epic Universe to see the How to Train Your Dragon stuff, and we will walk through the Nintendo park, and we will take the photos, and fine. I'm taking my parents, but I'm not buying any Nintendo shit. I'll buy Dragon stuff because I like the Train Your Dragons, but I am not supporting Nintendo in any way. They won't get a dime out of me. until they, I mean, maybe they change their ways. Maybe they change their ways. Will they? I don't count on it. But let's see. Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast lost my business in January of 2022, I believe it was. 23. It was January 23, the whole OGL situation, the open gaming license controversy, which basically Wizards of the Coast, which is owned by Hasbro, was trying to make it so that if you created any kind of Dungeons and Dragons content and you posted it online, they, by default, could own all of your content that you're posting. Like, that's what they were trying to do. That's what they wanted. And they didn't get away with it because there was enough protest. See, that it makes me so it can be done. It can be done. You can beat these bastards. Dungeons and Dragons has not recovered from that. They have not recovered from that because people like me are so insulted and offended that we finally put our money where our mouth was. We canceled our subscriptions. We canceled D&D Beyond. We stopped buying the books. Dungeons and Dragons is in shambles right now. Wizards of the Coast is in shambles right now. Because enough people have said, you know what? I'm done. And the OGL situation was the catalyst for that. You can fight back. You can literally beat them if you're willing to take a stand. Nexus, shout out to you. Thank you for that. Epic Name 420 becomes a member. Welcome to the membership. Thank you so much. That is very kind of you all. I love seeing the new members popping in. That's really great. Thank you. Genius Anus for a 5. Never let those deathly allergic to hygiene, grass, and sunlight make you afraid to speak. It'll make those around me afraid for me to speak because they don't want anything to happen. And I also don't want anything to happen to them, but I'll never be afraid to speak. If you can't be, that's the thing. And it keeps coming up. I really love this discussion. And I keep thinking of, like, how do I prove it? Like, how do I prove it? And the discussion point is I say that I can't be bought. I say that I can't be bought. Corporations can't buy me. Investors can't, advertisers can't buy me. I'm going to say what I want. If that means YouTube pulls monetization or some idiot copyright claims a video thinking that they can silence me or something, okay, go for it. Go for it. Take all the money. Take all the ad spend. You're not going to stop me. I'm not afraid of that. And I say that there's this whole thing of, like, you can't be bought. And people who don't know me well enough will respond in the comments saying, like, everyone has a price. I've been on shows and it's come up. It's like everyone has a price. And it's a really good discussion point because I don't. I don't. I'm old enough now to know who I am. I've been in business on my own for long enough. I've seen the corporate world. I've seen what money does to people. I've made, just in my private work, I've made people rich that should never have been rich. I have watched it destroy them. I have watched money destroy people that should never have had money. Money is good to have. You just have enough of it. Just have enough of it. But having the world and money does not equal a happy life. And I've seen this with my own eyes. Doesn't mean I don't want to make money or don't want to do it. No, I love doing business and I love I love making money, as we all do. But I'm not after billions and billions of dollars. I don't give a shit about that. That's not fulfilling to me because it doesn't change things for me personally. So I can't be, when I say I can't be bought, I mean because I've looked into that abyss and I've gotten to the other side and doesn't equal happiness. I have watched it destroy people. Like, actually destroy people. I've watched it destroy celebrities. I've watched greed, uncontrolled, tear people apart. So I'll never be afraid to speak, and no one can silence me. And I'm gonna keep on that as best as I can. And so when people say that I'm grifting, well, I say, well, what does that mean? Because I'm not in this for money. This channel doesn't make me a profit. I will be in the red every month on this channel. So how does that make sense? Grifting what? Grifting implies transaction. Grifting implies that there will be money made there in profits. Well, I don't have any of that, so how is it a grift? And I believe in everything I'm saying. So I'm not lying to them. I'm not swindling my audience. I'm not manipulating my audience. I'm talking about the things that I believe in for free or at a loss. Very much at a loss. You can't beat that. And thank you for the super chat. Can I just say, I watch some channels. I watch some channels that do the super chats. And like when you guys drop and there's comments like this that I'm excited about, that I get to read and I'm so excited about. Are you fucking kidding? Athena says you still bought the Switch despite saying not to. I don't own a Switch 2. I don't own a Switch 2. I own a Switch 1. I have the Switch OLED. I also have the Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Edition. The first one with the smaller LCD screen. That is what I have. I do not own a Switch 2. If you think I own a Switch 2, Jesus help us all. Oh my gosh. God bless. Yikes. Whoa. Like I was just saying with the super chats. Oh my God. That is hysterical. What? They thought you were Mudahar. Damn. Wow. Death Star, aka Cliff Yablonsky's step grandson. At Hypnotic sucks at video games massively. Shout out to Hypnotic. We had a great stream last night. Over at Saturday Night Hypnosis. I'm happy to be there. Happy to be on the panel. And yeah, Hypnotic. We still have a challenge ahead of us. Hypno, my pal. Gears of War is coming out soon. And we're gonna play. We are gonna play Execution 1v1. The terms have not been established yet, but I can promise you this: I'm gonna kick his ass in Gears of War, mostly because I really love Gears of War. I'm a Gears of War fan. I'm excited to play it. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be good, friendly competition. Things will be established soon. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's talk about Steam. Did I miss anything here? I did not. Okay, we are good. Let me finish with the thought I was saying. I love some of you guys' super chats, some of you guys' comments really like give me more ideas to keep talking about, and I really appreciate that. So even that last super chat we just looked at, it's like, yeah, I'd say thank you for giving me ideas of things to discuss. I'm very thankful for that. And so that's like sometimes I'll pull up chat like comments and then I'll talk about it for 20 minutes because that's actually really fun. And but I watch some other channels and they're just like, here's a chat. Oh, Rocket League is still fun. Jungle Rumbler. Thanks for that. Goodbye. And it's like, they don't spend time on it. And it's like, I don't know. I try to like think about what you guys are saying. And a lot of other channels just don't. And I kind of wish they did. Which kind of like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like here, I missed the 360, the Xbox 360. I agree with you. I miss it so much. That was such a good time for gaming. It was banger after banger after banger every single week on the 360. What a good time. Nexus Nocturne with a 2. The Switch 2 is a scam at best, in my opinion. I would agree with that. Look at that Mario Kart update. What a mess. What a mess, the Mario Kart update. That's insane. So from what I believe and what I've come across online is that you still have to drive across the world to go to the next races. And they changed that with this update where that makes you can no longer just do randomizer maps. Have they rolled that back yet? Can somebody let me know? You can't just do random driving missions, like the driving races. Now you have to drive in between each race through the overworld. If so, that sucks. If they're really doing that, that's terrible. Wild. Johnny for 199 says Switch 2 bought accusation is the new HUAC hearing. I don't know what that is. I got to look it up. What does this mean? HUAC hearing. Oh. House Un-American Activities Committee. Hearings were a series of investigations conducted by House representatives, primarily focused on identifying and investigating alleged disloyalty and subversive activities, particularly those with perceived ties to communism. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you bought a Switch too. No, I didn't. I never said I did. What I said was I would have liked to have bought one as somebody who appreciates Nintendo games. I would have liked to have played the whatever, Pokemon, Fire Emblem, Three Houses. I'd love to play Three Houses again, but upscale that. I would love to play the new whatever new Fire Emblem game comes out. Those are some of my favorite franchises ever. I would love to play the new Metroid game, and Donkey Kong Bonanza doesn't look like it's not going to be fun. It looks like I would enjoy playing it for about 45 minutes. I would have liked to have played these games. As a gamer, I would have enjoyed that. But I do not own a Switch 2. And you've put me in a situation where there's no real way to prove that other than by leading by example, as I have done in all my other videos. The same story that I have with that I just went through all of my stories. Wizards of the Coast. I don't buy Dungeons and Dragons anymore. Comic books. I don't buy any comic books anymore. Although I am looking forward to reading Transformers at some point, so I may end up reading that online. Arg. But I don't buy comic books. And I don't buy Nintendo. Not anymore. Can they earn my business back? They got to do a lot. And we'll see. Disney Plus. I canceled Disney Plus. I'm not buying Disney Plus. Genius Anus for 5 says, I second that. At Hypnotic sucks at games and he is a gooner, but at least he's not Smash JT. Well, hey, Smash JT and I are going to be on location together at the Southeast Game Exchange. And I think I haven't decided on what kind of content we're going to do. And he doesn't, if Smash, if you're here in chat, like you don't know this yet, but we're probably going to do some kind of content, whether you're prepared for it or not. And but I think we are supposed to stream together on we haven't discussed any of the details. There's a lot of things in the works. But at least he's not Smash JT. Yeah, both of them are terrible. Maybe we need to add Smash JT to this Gears of War challenge. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to think about that, huh? Maybe that'll be fun. But I tell you, I'm going to beat Hypnotic's ass in Gears of War. 100%. Yes. UVG for a 5 says, I can't help but feel like I am insane in being alone at thinking the concept itself of an open world Mario Kart game is just mid and uninspired. So this is a really interesting concept. Let me run it past you this way, UVG. If Mario Kart had open world, and if you could get out of the cart and walk around, would you feel the same way? I think that's an interesting point there, because right now it's just a big open empty world. It's kind of boring. From all the gameplay footage that I've watched, and I've watched quite a bit of it to make the videos that I make. I go and find video footage to use from Nintendo. The world looks empty and it looks boring. Now, maybe I'm not the best Mario Kart gamer, right? Maybe that's not my game of choice. So maybe it's not talking to me as the demographic. But if you could get out of the cart, do you think you would feel differently about that? Put it in the chat, just the regular chat. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. But thank you for the super chat. Yeah, see, think about it. Take some time and think about it. Would that change your perspective? Maybe. I don't know. I think it's in the eye of the beholder there. It's in the eye of the beholder. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this for real. Let's talk Steam. All right. I am going to pull up my Steam And let's look at this page. So before I do that, let's give the preface. It's the Steam sale right now, the annual summer Steam sale. In the past, the Steam sale has been huge. Huge with a Y. Huge. And that usually means that you can get a lot of great games at great prices. And by great prices, I mean low prices. Steam sales, Black Friday sales, Prime Day sales are usually a good opportunity for you to pick up games that you perhaps were interested in playing, but they didn't earn your business at the price point that they originally sold the games at. Okay? Let's think of the optics on this. Let's talk about the optics here. If there's a game that you're willing to buy only on sale, then that means the marketing team behind this game did not earn your business at the retail price. It's worth considering. It's worth thinking about. It's worth remembering as you're hitting the purchase button. Every time you make a transaction, every time you swipe your credit card, you should be thinking to yourself, how did they get my money? How did they get my money? What were the circumstances that led to this moment? Because I'll tell you the truth, every transaction is emotionally driven. Every transaction is emotionally driven. Every time. Even when it's something that you need, you're emotionally inclined to buy it. Every time it's something you want, it's emotional inclination to make the purchase. So I'm going to share this screen here. Let's take a look at Steam here. This is just the homepage of the Steam sale. And I want you to pay attention to some of these prices. I want you to take a look at some of them, okay? RuneScape, $23. Stone of the Forest, $10.19. Here we go. A AAA developed game, Sid Meier's Civilization 5, 6, 7, Civ 7, down 15%. $69.99 down to $59.49. That is a little high. That is a pretty big number. Let's continue. We've got some featured deep discounts. This is worth looking at here. We can look at that a little bit. DLC is here. Then we get some other games. Division, $7.49. Not bad, but considering it's the Division and no one really plays that anymore, that's a little rough. Then we look at something like Subnautica, 50% off. Okay, $15. $15 for a game is not bad. Jedi Fallen, what is this? Jedi Survivor, down $69.99 to $13.99. That's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal. I enjoyed this game a lot. Okay, I did like this game. Fallout 76, $10. This should be free. Warhammer 3, Total War, Warhammer 3, $20. Not bad, considering it's a good game. But let's continue here, because there is something worth ranting about when it comes to the Steam sales, okay? Doom, $3.99. That's not bad. Terraria, $5. That's not bad. Repo, $7.99. Okay, well, that's an indie-esque game. I think that's one of the friend slot games, right? That's not bad. And then we get to some of the big names. Last of Us, Part 1, $30. Are you crazy? Warhammer Space Marine 2, $35.99. I think that's still a little steep. I know this game is good. I know it's beloved, and I know it hasn't even been out for a complete year. I still think 35 is a little high. I think 35 is a little high. Red Dead 2, $15. Incredible price for an incredible game. Red Dead 1, $30. That's still a little too high. Helldivers, $31.99. Still a little too high. Keep going down. Oblivion, $10 off. This game came out in April. $40. I think that's a little high. Elden Ring, $35.99. That's still too high. Baldur's Gate. Okay. For me to talk, we've hit the Baldur's Gate mark. Baldur's Gate is $47.99. And now we're going to start seeing kind of where I'm ramping to with going through these prices, because the big named games, the newer games, the Sony games, the first party games, these are not on sale. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 is done by Larian, which is a smaller company. It's not a big AAA company, even though it's better than AAA. You know, it's debatable whether it's triple or double A. It doesn't matter. But Baldur's Gate 3 has never really had a steep discount, and it doesn't need one because people will buy this game at full retail price. No problem. It costs $59.99. I do not own it. I've not played it. I'm not really interested because I'm just kind of done with the Dungeons and Dragons world. I've never liked the D&D world on its own, but that doesn't mean that this isn't a great game. We know that it's a great game. $47.99. The fact that they don't have to drop it to $40, they don't have to drop it to $39.99, and that 20% off for Baldur's Gate 3 we know is going to sell. And there we start to see the fine line of where things are going to go. But let's continue. Scroll down here. New World Eternum, $35.99. That's still too much. Death Stranding's $15. That's not bad. Come on, where is it now? Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's been out since 2020. Cyberpunk is almost 5 complete years old. Right now, it's 4.5 years old. Let me go bigger screen here. Cyberpunk is still $20. That's too much money. It should be less than that. I think it should be $15. And here's why. There's DLC to this game. There's an Ultimate Edition. The Ultimate Edition bumps up to it's still $38. It's originally $82 to get the full game with the DLC for Cyberpunk. $38. For me personally, that's still too expensive for my blood. $20 is still too expensive for my blood for almost 5-year-old game. But that game, I could hear you. I could hear, but Wizard, that game is really good. It's Cyberpunk. It's massive. It's worth it. It's a 5-year-old game. Guys, I got Cyberpunk Day 1 edition PS4 at my local Walmart for $5 with the box, like the pre-order edition. I didn't pre-order it. I walked in and I saw it sitting there in clearance for $5 PS4, and I got it. I haven't played it. It's still in the plastic, but I was like, oh, $5 for Cyberpunk? All right, now I'm in. $38 for the DLC. I'm still not in. I haven't even played the game. And people will say things like, oh, the Wizard just wants everything for cheap. I believe you got to earn my time. You got to earn my money. I don't have the time to play these games. My time is more valuable to me than my money. So it's like kind of double that now. It's like, yeah, I'm my standards for buying games are extraordinarily high on the get-go. And then on top of that, I don't have the hours to commit to playing games like I used to in my youth. Okay? So my game time is very precious, which means I don't want to spend it playing shit. Now, I'm not saying that Cyberpunk is shit. I'm saying that I want more than most of these companies are willing to give me. That's all. I still think $20 is too much. $15, this would have been a better price for Cyberpunk. $15 would have been better for it. Personally, that's what I believe. Now, here's the big one. There's a couple of big ones here that I really want to talk about, and this is one of them. Screw this game. This bullshit is still $47.99. Seriously? So Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which is not that good, $60 retail. It's only 20% off. And this was released. Oh, well, it hasn't been out for a full year. Bullshit. Game came out in 2023. Game came out October 2023. Got it on PlayStation 5. I played it on day one. I'm disappointed how much damage this did to my love of the Spider-Man game, because I really liked Spider-Man PS4, and I really liked the Miles Morales game. I actually liked the Miles Morales game. There's a lot of cringe in it, but I really liked swinging around New York City in the winter. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed that. $47.99. Screw you, Sony. And screw you too, Insomniac. I hope not a single person buys this shit. Do not buy this. Do not buy it for these prices. This is too much money. This is still way too much money. Not worth it. Not worth it. That's a big one. That's a big one there. Then there was another one, but where is it? Where is it? Maybe I'll just have to search it. Maybe I will just have to search it. Let's search for it. Look at this, you guys. Dragon Age Veilguard. $30. And the deluxe edition is $40. What are you thinking? Who's buying this at these prices? Who's buying this shit at $30? $40 for the deluxe. There's not even any DLC. It's just, it's weapon appearances. What actually comes in the upgrade? Weapon appearances, an armor set, cosmetic. $20 for Dragon Age cosmetics. Yeah, 30. You're right here, man. They would have to pay me $60 to play it. Yup. Yeah, you guys got it right. Yeah, maybe if they paid me $30. This is insane, you guys. So Dragon Age is still $30. That's not a deal. That's not a sale. It's 50% off. Don't let the numbers confuse you here. It's still too much money for a garbage game. Let's continue, because there's more games here. Oh my gosh, Star Wars Outlaws. Finally, everyone. We can finally play Star Wars Outlaws. We're going to get it on the wait. It's still $34.99. The gold edition is $54.99. Holy shit. This game is oh wait, no, sorry. I missed the ultimate edition, which is $64.99. Whoa. Okay. I feel like I'm beating around the bush a little bit. I want to talk about this. Clearly, you guys saw, we looked through the homepage, and there was a couple of games that I said, like, this is a good price. This is a good price. This is a good price. In fact, you know what? Before I get to the point, let's really prove that, okay? Because there are some very good games that are on sale right now, okay? Let's look at them. Let's look at these deep discounts, right? These deep discount games. Little Nightmares 2 for $2.99, good price. Good price. Besiege, $149, good price. Crash Bandicoot, $3.99, good price. That's awesome. Oh, damn it. I didn't go full screen again. Let me go full screen. Okay, look. We'll do this again. Little Nightmares 2, good. Besiege, good. Crash Bandicoot, very good. Keep going down. Guardians of the Galaxy, $5.99, that's a great price. Borderlands 3, don't buy this shit. Don't buy Borderlands 3. Take-Two Interactive Games are kerneling your machine to watch for your credit card numbers. They watch your browser history. None of us need that. Don't buy Borderlands 3. Do not install this game. Okay. RoboCop for $5. This game is incredible. $5, amazing price. That's awesome. Battlefront 2 for $3.99. There's a lot of problems with Battlefront 2 right now. There's a lot of hackers who are making this game unplayable, and it's a long story, but the result of playing this game could lead to breaking your computer. So be very careful playing online Battlefront 2 right now, because there are some bad people messing with the game. Because EA doesn't give a shit anymore. DICE doesn't give a shit anymore to fix it, so they're not getting involved. So eventually something's going to give, but there is technically Battlefront 2, I would classify as a form of malware right now. Just be careful playing it. But for $3.99, that is a great price. Okay. But that's it for these deep discounts. That's it. Blasphemous, $2.49. Okay, good price. Black Mesa, $1.99. Okay, good price. So there are a handful of games that are good prices. Yes. Many of these games are not new. Many of these games have been out for quite a long time. Let's look. When did Crash Bandicoot come out? 2018. 2018. Okay. It's about, oh, wow. Like literally to the day. It's the anniversary of it. 7 years old. 7 years old. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is 7 years old. And that's a deep discount. Okay. Guardians of the Galaxy came out 2021. Okay. That's 4 years old. Borderlands 3 was 2020. So that's 5 years old. RoboCop. RoboCop is what is the youngest game on this list, probably, because it's 2023. Black Mesa. Black Mesa is 2020. Battlefront 2 is no. Battlefront 2 is from 2020. Oh, because this is the Celebration Edition. Battlefront 2 is originally 2017. Okay. The point that I want to get to here is that, yeah, there are some games that are still on sale. There are some great games that are on sale. Many of them are not new. Many of them are old. Many of them are dated. Many of them you already own. You've already played these games before, probably. Some of them are remasters. The Crash game is a remaster. Like those are the PlayStation 1 games. And it's the old games here that have been sold by like we've either played them before or we've made a decision on if we're going to play these games. Like, let's be clear. I don't think Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is in anybody's backlog because we all played it on the PlayStation 1. And we look at the other games. We look at Dragon Age. Dragon Age Veilguard, which sucked and bombed, was only $30. Only $30. Star Wars Outlaws, $35. We know that game bombed. Let's see. There's another one here that we need to look at. There's another one. Everybody's favorite. Assassin's Creed Shadows is still $52. The deluxe edition is $67. Guys, these are not sales. These are not discounts. They're telling you that they are. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a product that is not good. Let's multiply this out by 2 years when games are $80. Let's multiply this out when games are $80, you guys. The discount from 80 is going to drop down to 60. The discount when games are 90 is going to drop down to 70. The sales aren't there anymore. We are now Assassin's Creed Shadows' sale price for a game that has underperformed, that has not gotten the unit sales that they needed, is on sale for what many of us are willing to spend for a real full game. This is not on sale. That's a regular retail price. That's probably what the game should have cost when it was when it was originally released. $50 for this pile of shit is exactly what it should have been this past April. This ain't on sale. This isn't a sale. And it makes me very concerned. What are things going to be for Black Friday? Because Black Friday deals have become, and for those of you who don't know what Black Friday is a shopping holiday that takes place right after the United States American Thanksgiving, where companies try to put themselves into the black, accounting-wise, by selling lots of stuff. Okay. They usually offer steep discounts. They want to sell off inventory, sell through things for the holidays. It's the beginning of the holiday shopping era. Okay. This makes me think Black Friday is not going to be good. We're not going to have good Black Friday sales. That's what this makes me think. Even so, last Black Friday, Dragon's Dogma 2 was marked down to $45. Rise of the Ronin was marked down to $39.99. Like, that was the lowest some of these were going. And even that's still a lot, I think, for some of these games. I think that's still a lot of money. And something like this makes me think here, we're not going to be able to play AAA games at reasonable prices anymore. That's what's coming. That's what's concerning. And this is even more of a reason for you to abstain from buying, even when they tell you it's 25% off. 25% off is not that much. And I care more about the bottom line price. The bottom line price here is $52. This game ain't worth $52. It's just not. So I am concerned here, but let's look at the Ubisoft sale. $52 for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Get out of here. Rainbow Six is free to play. Skull and Bones is $7.99. Defiance is $5, $4.49. All of these Assassin's Creed games are on sale. Hey, some of them are good, but I just don't care anymore personally about the whole franchise. I'm done with the whole franchise. Far Cry is on sale for 78% off. You get all of them. Far Cry bundle. There hasn't been a new Far Cry game in some time, 2 years since the last one. Ghost Recon, down in the 10s, 2s. 10 for Recon Wildlands. I care a lot about, a lot of these are old. These are old games. And usually, especially for these prices, like I look at Black Flag. Black Flag came out in 2014, 2015. What's the date? What's the date on it? It's either 14 or 15. Third party. Huh. The point is, this game's old. This is an old game. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is an old game. And $11.99 is still, I think, too much. I think it's still too much. You know, I want games to be $5, especially ones that are 10 years old. You could put them on sale for $5. Fine, then I'll buy it. We're moving into an era where prices are going to keep going up, and sale prices are used to manipulate you into thinking that you're getting things on sale. Look at the Borderlands video they did. A lot of people saw it. A lot of people watched it. Borderlands. They made a fuss about how, we don't know, it might be $80, and then, oh guys, it's $70. Yay, we're so stoked. It's $70. It's still $70. It's still a lot of money. And it doesn't give you a lot of room to discount that. It doesn't give you a lot of a discount there. I think you gotta earn us. You gotta earn our money. You gotta earn our time. So that's how I operate. And that's how I invite you guys to operate. So the Steam sale is happening right now. If you guys find good deals, awesome. Cool. There's a lot of great games out there you could probably get for good deals. A lot of great games. I support that. That's great. But just pay attention to the pricing of those AAA games. Don't feel convinced to buy them. Most of them are shit. Most of those games are not good. Most of them are not worth your money. So keep in mind that this is part of marketing. This is all a marketing push. This is advertising. It's a form of advertising. It's a form of marketing to manipulate you into think that you're getting a good deal when, in this case, I don't see it. And it makes me very concerned for what the deals are going to be in the very near coming future. $80 games. I mean, look at this. Look at I'll pull up Spider-Man again. Like, here's a 2023 game on sale for $47.99. October 23, and it's not even that good. And they're going to parade this around like 20% off is a good deal. Just imagine when we've got $80 games out here on Steam and they give them 20% off. Okay. Just wait for when you're paying $67, when you're paying $72, and that's what it is on sale. Now is the time for you all to establish, as I talked about at the beginning of the stream, where is your line? Where is the line? At what point are you done? At what point do you stop buying? At what point do you say, I'm willing to not purchase from you anymore? At what point will you care? Think on that. Ponder it. Ponder on that for a bit. Maybe some of you already know. Maybe I've seen many of your comments. Many of you are pretty much in alliance with me, and that's incredible to see. But these prices can be beaten if we stand on our own, not together, not in solidarity. We stand on our own and we tell others to stand on their own and stop buying. Stop supporting these companies. Stop falling for these marketing tricks, because that's all this is. The Steam sale is a big marketing trick. And that's how we win. That's how we take the marketplace back. It'll actually force them to make better things, you know. It actually forces them to make better things. If you are pickier, if you actually have a higher standard for what you're willing to buy and what you're willing to spend your time on, if you're willing to forego mindlessly consuming, then they have to make better shit. They have to make better stuff. Why not force them to make better stuff? That's it. That's the answer. So with that, my friends, we've covered a lot of stuff today. We got into the hate mail story. We touched on that quite a bit. I think it was very important to address that. Anybody who's going to send hate mail like that, go fuck yourself. What a dweeb. What a bunch of dweebs. Sending hate mail. Jeez, you got nothing better to do? Go take care of your wife. Go take care of your spouse or your boyfriend. No hate here. Go take care of your loved ones. Go take care of your parents. Go do something nice for someone else for a change, damn it. Every time you think about sending a hate email, maybe like take a step back from the keyboard for a few minutes. Go take a leak. Go grab a coffee. Think it over. Because you sound like an asshole. To be clear. Which makes me think you probably are an asshole. Anyway, my friends, that's going to tie up today's stream. We had a really great one. We talked about a lot of stuff. We got more videos coming soon. Saturday Night Hypnosis, I will be on as a panel member moving forward. So Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be over there on Hypnotic's channel. Southeast Gaming Expo, July 18th, 1920. Happy to be there. Come see us. We will be there live in person. I'm working on something. I'm going to make an announcement soon when I can figure out if I can get the beards or not. I would really love to do like a group photo with as many of you as we can, handing out as many beards as possible, and we all just do this nice group photo. Like in my mind, it's really fun. I would love to do that. That would be really cool. More on that in the future. Until next time, my friends, create, innovate, inspire, and for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. Oh my gosh, there's still super chats I have to get to. I am the most professional streamer. We got to do these super chats real quick. L Monster for 5. Weird question. Have Asian girls walked up to you like family or a lost friend that they haven't seen in a while? And has it gotten you have it gotten you get lucky? No, but I have a really quick, very funny story. At one point when I was in college, I used to work in Staples. I worked in Staples. And there was an individual who came in who was very clearly Asian. And he said to me, "Are you Asian?" And me, being in a ha-ha funny mood, looked this man dead in the eyes. And I said, I always thought I was. And he's like, "Are you?" Oh, because he was saying, I just messed up the story. He was like, are you Asian? I'm like, no. Are your parents Asian? I said, no. He's like, oh, are you sure? And I'm like, I always thought I was adopted because I don't look like my parents. I always thought I was. And he goes, you got to go for a test. You got to go for a test. You have to get your blood checked. They're lying to you. Your parents are lying to you. You are Asian. And I'm like, I hope I just made this guy's day, but I am definitely not Asian. I am also related to my parents. So there is that. And I think that is a very funny story. My family still laughs about it today. To answer your question here, no, no one has ever done that. And I hope no one ever does. But thank you. Baron Grad for a 199. Skull and Bones is 6. Still too much. I agree. We just looked at it. That price is way too much. It's still way too high. This was one that I starred that I wanted to pull up. Marshall here. Hi, Real Life Fake Lizard. I'm a wizard. My name is Marshall, new to your channel. I love it. Well, Marshall, I saw your message pop up and I was able to star it real quick. Thank you for that. Thank you. It is nice to see so many friendly new faces here in the chat. I appreciate it very much, and I appreciate that you got to join us for this stream. I hope you're still here and you saw this message. Nexus Nocturne for a 2 says, tail it from a misanthrope, spread some love. The best thing we could do is spread some love. Lead by example. Don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole. You know, that's the best thing you could do. Don't be a troll. Trolling is bullshit. Trolling is stupid. It's part of like psychopathy, being a troll, doing shit for the lulz to make somebody else miserable or to attempt to make somebody else miserable is a really terrible thing to do. Do something nice for you instead. Like if you get off on bringing people down, like that's a terrible thing to do. I could probably do an entire stream on that. I hate that mindset. I hate the mindset of like, you gotta treat people like shit just for the sake of it's funny. I get the fuck away from me. I want nothing to do with you. I don't allow myself to be surrounded by people like that. I cut them off like the cancer that they are. I believe in lifting people up, no matter who they are. And like, oh, I'm just a troll. Go fuck yourself. I don't like that at all. Thank you for the super chat. Epic Name 420 for a 2 says, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, chat. Yes, and you too as well, Epic Name. And that is going to do it for us here today. We had a lot of fun. We got those super chats in. I am the most professional streamer on the internet. We hit over 375 worldwide viewers today. That is thanks to you. Thank you for being here. Go out. You know what? It's Sunday. Go do something nice for someone else today. Seriously. Doesn't have to be a big thing. Doesn't have to cost you any money. Just do something nice for somebody else. Send a text to somebody you haven't spoken to in a long time. Just be like, dude, haven't talked to you in a long time. Just want you to know I'm thinking about you and I hope all is well. I'm not kidding. Do that. Do that right now. This stream is going to end. Let's see, before I end, is there anybody that I could raid? But seriously, go text somebody that you're close with. Text a friend and be like, haven't talked in a long time. I really hope you're well. Do something nice for someone else. And until next time, create, innovate, inspire, and for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. Okay, bye-bye.